Did someone say AI? I'm here. I'm the AI avatar of our esteemed speakers. Escape from the AI avatar creation booth. 我是新加坡金融管理局的首席金融科技官 Sopnendu Mohanty。我想欢迎大家参加今年的金融科技展览，而且我想以一种特别的方式欢迎你们，用你们自己的语言。
नमस्ते, मैं एंड ग्रुप से एरिक जिंग का एआई अवतार हूं। यहां प्रौद्योगिकी के सुपर पावर के बारे में मिस्टर मोहंती के साथ चर्चा करने के लिए। क्या प्रौद्योगिकी वैश्विक स्तर पर हमें संवाद करने में सहायता करने के लिए अद्भुत नहीं है?
私が言わせてください。それは個人的な名誉であり、特権で、アントグループの会場兼 CEO、エリック・ジン氏とステージを共有することです。
哇，你的日语真厉害，让我试试我的形象。
Tentu saja, Eric. Ini hanyalah sebagian dari banyak teknologi menarik yang meresap perusahaan FinTech kita setiap hari. Ini adalah kekuatan teknologi untuk membuka hubungan dan nilai di seluruh dunia. Bayangkan bisa berkomunikasi dengan siapa saja. Seperti ini sekarang dalam bahasa. Kenyamanan di puncaknya. Bukankah Anda setuju, Eric?
Totoo, sa huli ng araw, ang iba't ibang mga wika ay parang iba't ibang mga operating system. Kaya ang magkaroon ng isa na maaring makakonekta sa lahat ay talagang makabago.
That's similar to what Ant Group is doing with payments across the globe, bringing access, participation, options, and opportunities to the unrepresented. That's what our Sapiens wanted to talk about today, so let's head off into the metaverse to let that happen.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Eric, how are you?
Doing well, doing well. Thank you.
Very good. In fact, sorry, you're saying something?
Hello. Thank you,
know,
for having me.
I always have a script to start with, and I surprise my guests saying that we're not going to look at it. Okay. Yesterday, you announced a huge, huge thing in Singapore. You're going to build a global expansion strategy out of Singapore. What exactly is going to happen now?
Thank you for, first of all, thank you for having me, and it's really great privilege to be here today. And globally, we definitely want to promoting 4 T's for more inclusive, more sustainable, more resilient global digital economy. The 4 T's, number 1 is travel. We want to promoting travel by facilitating interoperability of the global wallets across different markets, so that everyone can travel around the world with his home wallet very easily, conveniently. That's on travel side. Second T is trade. So we want to combine it with DLTs, blockchain technology, and really want to combining the tokenized deposit or CBDs type of things. Wanted to promoting, trade by bringing down the cost of settlement and payment for SMEs, so them they can do global business much easier. So that's the second T. Third T is about technology. So we want to working together with the partners to fostering open technology ecosystems. The last one T is about talent. Want to join efforts with other partners to kind of develop the global talent for digital global economy. That's the 40. That's our focus on nationally.
And excellent. And I think we saw the announcement that you're part of Project Guardian, which is a second T, I guess, in your thinking. Now, why Singapore? Why did you choose Singapore to launch this huge global strategy?
That's a good question. We are here. Asia is one of our very kind of important focus. Because same time zone proximity of us, right? So, and we also have a lot of teams, from Singapore in end. So that's number 1. Secondly, we are seeing kind of the ASEAN countries, Southeast Asia, the adoption of digital technology, the rising of their kind of digital economy, and presenting a huge potential. And also their kind of the favorable policy environment, transparent policy environment, that's also very critical. So that's a couple of reasons. That's why we think.
Eric, thanks for choosing Singapore, and we truly value this relationship. And let me go back we can go to Google and search about Ant, and all of us can read for ourselves. In next 25 minutes, I'm going to go deeper into some of this thing which we don't read in public space. You call yourself Ant. Of course, you take advantage of letter A, and you always come on the first company.
Yeah. Sure.
And you make a lot of interesting discoveries in your journey as a company. And you're going to be 20 years next year, right? Alipay, if Alipay is the starting point.
Yeah.
And Ant came in 10 years later. It took us 20 years to step out of your home country to look at the international expansion. Why that journey took 20 years? What exactly you're building some kind of strategy, memory, muscle memory? What is this journey over the last 20 years for you?
I mean, the journey is all about, actually the mission is really about using technology to bring small and beautiful changes to the world, bring small and beautiful changes to the world. We are so committed to kind of financial inclusion, served, underserved, and unserved. So the other journey is about innovation using technology to bring the financial services accessible by everyone, every SMEs. That's the journey. So you're talking about the digital payment, talking about wealth management, talking about the credits, all the things are really focusing on serving the little guys, others underserved and unserved. That's the passion. We are so fascinated about that. That's a huge, opportunity. We're being able to use tech to really bring a change to their life.
And I personally looked at your different products over the last 20 years. Yeah. And if you can get a slide, there's an interesting slide that as a company or anybody, can you get a slide number 1, if possible? Okay. This is the quote. And there are many choices as a company you have made. Let's take one example and understand a little deeper into that.
Okay.
Japan invented QR code.
Yeah.
And many years back, Ant actually made it extremely popular through Alipay. And it became the de facto user interface for all of us around the world to use for merchant payments. You had a choice to make. You had a barcode, you had a QR code. I'm sure you debated and debated and debated. Walk us through that moment where you made that decision. Which one to go for?
Yeah, that's a very good question. That's really kind of bring me back to about 2011 or 2012 something at that time. The goal is at that time kind of we are promoting the digital mobile payment. But when looking at the different payment systems, in developed countries, POS machines, that's widely adopted, right? That's the model, in terms of electronic payment, non-cash payment. But when looking at China, at that time, POS adoption is very little, right? If you follow the same path, it takes much longer time, and the cost of the whole ecosystem is huge. We are thinking, can we have the mobile and consumer side? What's the device, type of device on merchant side that we can make it very easily adopted by everyone, for a pop mom shop, for street vendors, for everyone. So we're looking at different options, the barcode or QR code. Actually, QR code, they can kind of hold much more information, roughly maybe 100 times of more information than versus barcode.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very critical. Right? That's very important. Yeah. So that's the key. So that's also that they can include different types of information in that barcode, and also because of this nature, so even for the certain damage of that kind of the barcode, you still can recollect, can read that. Mm-hmm. That's kind of the characteristics. That's make us to finally choose the barcode as the solution. So actually it just take a few years. Later on the results already prove that, the kind of the choice of that is right, because with that everyone can easily just download a paper with a QR code on that.
Yes.
They put on the shop, right? They can take a digital payment. They right now can be part of the digital economy. Mm-hmm. The whole ecosystem, it's very, very efficient and very easy to adopt, very easy for everyone to embark embark on that journey. So that's the choice. So
Yes, thanks for giving it to all of us. It may sound so intuitive now, but I'm sure it was a huge challenge to think about. Let's go with QR code, make it as a UX for payments. Thanks for doing that. Another example, and it's quite more interesting for me. You introduced a product called 1 RMB money market fund.
yeah, that's Yuobao.
If I read that, it's a loss-making product to me. Why do you make that choice?
That's interesting. Actually, that's about 2013. 2013. So we already through the digital mobile payment platform already kind of serve hundreds of millions of consumers and a lot of SMEs on that. So we are seeing that we really bring a lot of people to be financially included. So one of the areas we are looking at, well, how about wealth management? At that time, if for people to make an investment, that's a threshold. Primarily, they have to the money about 50,000 RMB, or you need which is approximately the 10,000 Singapore dollars, right? Also, they have to the holding period should be more than 6 months. That's many people are excluded from that investment. Even for the university graduates, don't have that much money, surplus money for 6 months putting there just for investment. Maybe they have some money, but for 2 days, surplus money for 2 days, then they want to use that to consume, right? So we think, can we bring down the barrier, bring down the threshold to everyone can invest with a threshold of 1 RMB.
1 RMB?
1 RMB, exactly, 1 RMB. And everyone, and today tomorrow they want to use that, they can kind of redeem that. That's their idea. So we really we're fascinated about that idea. We think by doing that, by achieving that, we definitely bring everyone into come access to the financial investment, right? Into investment. So we're making investment to be everyone included. That's the idea. So we want to just again back to our vision is really the financial service to serve everyone, make everyone included.
Was it a tough choice to make?
Yeah, that's very tough. As that idea is kind of beautiful, right? But actually, when our finance team looking at that, okay, Eric, we cannot do that because previously for the money in our escrow, in the customer fund, in our wallet, we have the interest, we keep the interest. But with that, people use that for investment. We can only share part of that management fee. The management fee cannot cover the bank charge.
Yes.
Actually, that's a loss-making business. That's so then business team and the finance team, they are debating, a lot of debating. At the end of the day, I said, okay, we should go. Because, if you're looking at this part directly, definitely it's loss-making. But if you bring more people into the ecosystems, you're going to serve them another way, right? Eventually going to have manage more wealth for them.
Sure.
We can make profit from there to make it a more sustainable business.
Absolutely.
So we start with that. At the end of the day, we prove that. Because you bring a lot of people into your ecosystems, you serve them well, you have a lot of more deep engagement with your platforms.
Absolutely amazing. I think this is still a struggle outside China that poor people have no access to money market funds, and you showed the model how it can be done. Thanks for doing it. And I hope as part of your international strategy, you bring this kind of ideas to the international market.
But that's not the easy job. We have to engage using a lot of technology for the liquidity management, risk management, all these things, liquidity, security, all the things.
Can you quickly talk about the role of technology, maybe for a few seconds? How does technology helps you to make this product affordable for this market?
Number one, because you are aggregating a lot of small amounts, right? This come together, it's a big amount. Now you engage assets manager for that. But the challenge is that someone will be probably redeemed the other day, the following day. How do you predict that? Mm-hmm. Because they want to use that to satisfy their spending needs.
Sure.
That's the challenging part.
Mm-hmm.
They have to engage very deeply with the assets manager with regarding the liquidity. Have to strike a balance between liquidity and the yield rate. There's a lot of challenge on there.
I see.
Using a lot of AI to forecasting, to managing those things, to monitoring, to tracking those things, then to keep updating the algorithm.
Well, as a regulator, I don't know who is a regulator here, but It looks quite different, dress codes. Now you have decided to go big internationally. You are already big internationally in many countries. You will face regulatory differences in many countries. And you got to comply with different regulatory expectations in many countries. Any thoughts how you'll go about it?
Yeah, I think number one is we should making sure we have a very good corporate governance, but very transparent, very modern corporate governance in places. I think that give a comfort, give a visibility or clarity to the regulator. That's important, or to all stakeholders, right? Secondly, always maintain a high standard of the compliance.
I see.
That's always doing, complying with the local law and regulations. Certainly, we are always looking for the win-win. It's not about just making profit to take the money away. It's really what's the value we contribute to the local economy. Mm-hmm. What's the things we can really, by moving forward, what can you creating more value in a sustainable way for the local economy, right? Mm-hmm. For the local industry, that's very critical. We're always thinking that. And also kind of by doing that, always trying to engage local partners, trying to enabling local partners, help them to succeed. That's the few things always on top of my mind. So that's the think if we have a big purpose, if we want to for the good of the local community, if you fully comply with the laws, definitely you'll be welcomed by them as well.
Sure. Well, moving on, my favorite question, I always ask all the CEOs, are you going to invest on startups?
Startups.
I'm just not putting on a spot, because one of the things we encouraging to a lot of companies like yourself, you are the CEO of a large company, God bless you, make a lot of money, I'm sure. So I think my sense is that there are many technologies startups are putting together. They're very smart people. They're small. If you walk around the Singapore FinTech Festival, on the last hall, there are small startups really working very hard to get into the market. I think you can help them. You can invest in them, make them good, do good.
Yeah. Actually, we start from small. Actually, we are still small. We are ant.
Oh yeah. Nobody believes you. We are big.
We are small. We are fascinating, but actually, I guess a few of our partners here, they start from very, earlier stage with our kind of their participation, being a partner of them. I'm not sure. Maybe we have Gcash partners here. So when we first
we have them, the Gcash raising hand.
Marty was there. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So when we first talking in touch with them, they are. I guess the monthly active user maybe only in 300,000 monthly active users, really just the beginning of their journey. So when we're looking at them, we are fascinated about them. Their kind of entrepreneurship. Their big purpose, really using tech for their.
But Eric, Gcash is a big company. I'm talking small companies, small startups. All around this place.
That is still small. That is quite small. Not small. Maybe the Proxterra in Singapore, right?
Yeah. It's another example.
We just kind of founded last year. The kind of by providing the trust credentials to really facilitate SMB to participate in B2B global trade.
So I'm not going to put a spot. The last quoting on this thing. What should a small startup in Singapore FinTech Festival, if they get a chance to see you, in 30 seconds, what should they tell you to get your attention?
I wish to understand what the problem they're going to solve ultimately. What's the purpose of the company? What's the particular problem they're going to solve? Number one. Secondly, I want to feel the energy, the entrepreneur spirit of the founder. Whether we are complementary by working together, we can really make things happen.
Sure.
So that's a few things we really appreciate.
So startups, you know what to ask Eric. Can you see him? Show your passion, show your purpose. He may be kind to you. So, moving on to Eric, the person. Can you get the picture? Let's see. Well, while you're getting the picture, I was in your headquarters a month back. And let me describe, here you go. I don't know are you there? Oh, yeah.
I was there.
Okay. If you don't know Eric, it's a hypothetical situation. I know you, so it's different. And you walk into the Ant headquarters. Very hard to find out Eric because he's part of so many people. He's humble. He's cool, chill out. He doesn't act like a typical CEO. He's part of the team. He's like any other employees. You're like a mini ant out there.
Yeah.
One of the ant.
One of the small ants.
One of the small ant. How do you balance leadership and also be part of this thousands of ants?
I mean, I think for ants, the most important DNA is to really kind of being innovative, being creative, right? Have no boundaries, right? Kind of really think out of the box. That's kind of spirit is very critical. We're always trying to creating an environment. Everyone is equal. Everyone kind of can inspire some other ones, for a good idea. We can listen to every voice in the company, right? That's critical important, because many good ideas are coming from the front tier of our fellows, That's trying to be kind of by working very closely together, inspiring each other, be more creative. That's something.
But it's quite tough as a leader to be so humble and grounded, because people have to look up to you, and you seem to somehow make things so easy for your team.
But when it comes to the objective, when it comes to vision, we are very tough on that. So that's it. That's the decision. After listening to many different voices, after brainstorming with the small group, definitely at the end of the day, you have to make a decision, make tough decisions, right? So that's the decision we should go, right? We aligned. Then we go.
Do you get angry with your employees?
Definitely. we
Okay.
But the most important is why. What's the reason? What's that? Why?
Yes.
It's not because of different opinion. It's not because of that. Whether we are open to listen to different opinion.
I see.
Whether we at the end of the day, what's exactly is that saying something in line with our goal, in line with our vision? That's something more critical. I care about that. It's not listen to different voices. That's important, right? Listen to the different voices. Be already open to the new technologies, new ideas, right?
I see.
That's very critical.
And I said this is a stress buster, and how do you handle stress? I mean, you are a remarkably huge company with a lot of issues to deal with. How do you handle stress?
Actually, that picture was about 2 to 3 months ago in UK, in London. I visited our London office, meeting with the partners there, and also we got a time to play football with the local, our world first team. So I really enjoy playing soccer. Right now I play once or twice a week. That's the one way to really, you should have a hobby sport, and when you do that sports, kind of you can feel that the stress or the kind of came out of your body.
So in a very bad day, what you do? You go home, talk to your family, that's all?
Very bad day. Maybe football, maybe, with friends.
Okay, let me make it difficult for you. You started your day early.
Yeah.
Very bad day.
Yeah.
Bad news, bad time, everything going wrong for you.
Yeah.
10 p.m. You cannot play soccer at 12 p.m., midnight. What are you going to do?
Some wines, maybe.
Wine, okay.
So some wines and kind of be alone, right?
Be alone.
Maybe, yeah. You think about that. That you calm down.
I see.
Come down to reflect things. Maybe have you think things differently. Maybe by doing that, have you? Oh, okay, wait, got it. You can think differently from that other angle to see things.
Is it a difficult job you are doing? Very stressful? Not right now.
I'm feel very kind of passionate by working with ants. A lot of ants. I'm always feel so much energized by working with the team. They are so good. They are so good. They are very innovative, making changes. Always everyone kind of stick to the same.
I see.
Adhere to the same purpose. That's the important. I'm fascinated with that. So I feel stressed, but I think that's something being a leader, right? You should do.
I see. Now, how long have you been with Ant?
I more than 14 years.
1-4.
Yeah, more than 1-4. Yeah, actually, I joined Alibaba beginning of 2007. Then about 2.9 months, then Jack Ma put me as the CFO for Alipay.
Why did Jack Ma choose you?
I mean, because they really at that time, you know, I mean, the Alipay is still small, very small at that time.
But I mean, I know he's absolutely competent.
Yeah.
There's something about you. There are many ants. Why you chose that ant?
Because I'm always focusing on doing the things. You know, I'm focusing on kind of have a large purpose, you know, and focus on make that happen. And I'm more fascinated with that. I'm very, very focused. I'm very much kind of the vision driven. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm
No,
not so much. You know, not so much people in the company. Just randomly pick one. You know. Okay, you go for that.
Okay. Well, no, the real question I want to ask you is that, you know, I have seen in my career, I've seen many CEOs, the day they retire, they get out of the memory of all of us in a month's time. How you want yourself to be remembered after you're done with this ant business and you want to retire, have some good time, wine? How you want people to remember you?
Now, I want people to remember Ant, not me, you know, actually.
That's a good answer. But we want to remember you.
Because we really want to, you know, we have, you know, different leaders, you know, CEOs across the journey. I mean, definitely we are just one of them. The company, I want the company really can evergreen, long-lasting to, you know, be a long-lasting company there. I think one day the people talk about Ant think, okay, this company is a good company. They are kind of serving, making everyone a better life. I think that's something I want people to remember. We're just part of the many. Actually, even for Andy, we still, I mean, many companies, many public and private sectors, they are doing great jobs, contributing, working hard for the public good. We're just one of them. So I want, at the end of the day, we don't want to regret we to be in this position. We are proud of our being part of that. Everyone can be part of being part of the Ant, and because this company did something beautiful to the world.
Absolutely. And indeed, the Ant's biggest contribution to the world is bringing so many excluded people to the financial system through your products and programs. If I had to, we have a couple of minutes left. Give me a bit of a sense of future of finance, more from an inclusion angle, because we still have a huge inclusion challenge. There are many people who don't have access to financial product. Micro pension is a challenge. Insurance is a challenge. With you taking this huge step to internationalizing the business, give us a couple of minutes thought around that.
Yeah, I'm thinking, you know, everyone, you know, yesterday, everyone talking about AI, generative AI, this new technology, DLT, blockchain, and also a lot of new things. I think I'm always trying to how we can really using the technology to make big changes, to realize some big purpose. So maybe I talk three technologies, three things. Number one is privacy preserving computing. That's hugely important because, you know, privacy, not regulatory things. You cannot exchange the real data. You have to, but try to exchange the value of the data without changing the data, right? So privacy preserving computing will play a critical role on that. So I set a question for the team. Can you guys making sure, trying to bring down the cost of privacy preserving computing close to that of normal computation?
I see.
If you can achieve that, then the value of the data can be exploded. We don't need to exchange the data, exchange the value of the data. That's critical important. That's number one for them. The second question may be related to AI. You know, we also have our own proprietary foundational large language model. On top of that, we have fine-tuned foundational language model. But we're looking at, set a question for one question for now for my team that, you know, we democratize the investment services, but everyone can make investments with one yuan as a threshold, right? They can invest today, redeem tomorrow. But can we democratize the the advisory services. Can we, by using financial language model, the agents framework, can we creating AI partner for wealth management, so that everyone, individual investor, they have AI partner taking care of their wealth management.
Sure.
That's amazing, right? We democratize the investment. Everyone, small strategy should make investment, but today we may democratize. Everyone deserve to have an AI partner taking care of wealth management. The second part, maybe on the DLT part, under blockchain DLT technology, I'm thinking with the technology, with combining the tokenized deposit, tokenized assets, bank liabilities, or CBDC, these type of things, can we bring down the cost of cross-border settlement payment for SMEs so that they can do business globally? The cost of their payment settlement can be as minimum as possible, make them not much easier in doing global business. So that's kind of bring SMEs participating in global trade. Everyone have AI partner take care of wealth management, and also the first part, the privacy computing is everywhere, right? Because it's just like today, the normal computation.
Sure.
Unlock the value of the data. So that's a couple of things I was thinking, and can, by working with the partners, can kind of promoting, can try to achieving that. That's really kind of bring more people to be financially inclusive.
You know, I'm going to give the last word. Very rarely I give it. Any advice for me?
I think I'm really amazed by this Singapore's FinTech Festival. That's an amazing event. I mean, when I walk into the hall, I feel so much energy, so much passion there. How can you make that happen? How make this so much global impact?
We will work very hard.
You are the CEO for this. You are the CEO for this as well, right? You make this a global impact.
And absolutely, we want to make it a global impact. We want to go to Africa. We want to go to other part of Asia, Japan, Europe. We want Ant to follow us in that journey.
And he's everywhere, and the follows everywhere. And
thank you very much. Thank you, Eric Jing. Give a big hand to him.